Hi, I'm Jennifer. I work here. Welcome to the Green Space. Hey, thanks. I would have settled for claps, but I like a whoo. Are any of you here for the first time ever? Yeah. Nice. How did you hear about the show? Instagram. Another round. Cool. All right. Podcast. These are all great answers. Well, I hope that it will be one of many visits you will make. The Green Space is sort of like WNYC's living room, but we don't just like take off our bras and get comfortable. We have intense conversations, we play music, we make podcasts with about 100 of our closest friends. Tonight, that's you. So thanks for coming out. Now, we're listener-supported public radio, and it is Pledge Week. So I have to ask, are there any members of WNYC or WQXR? Okay, so if the rest of you will just relax for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to let you know about our pledge premiums. I'm kidding, I'm not going to do that. But I will tell you that if you really like independent journalism in this crazy world, you should get one of our tote bags. But do that on your own time, become a member, support what we do, which is reality-based storytelling. So do that. And everything we do is supported by not only our members, but the Jerome L. Green Foundation. So thanks also to them. And we do about 10 events in the Green Space every month. This Friday, we have American Candy. They're a sketch comedy group out of Brooklyn doing a show. Next Friday, we have our monthly variety show where we activate this disco ball. It's called 44 Charlton. Tanya Pinkins will be here. John Roberts, not the Supreme Court Justice, but the comedian, and many more. And every Monday night, we do podcast tapings or podcast-related activities. I use that loosely because, sometimes they're like cut and paste, and sometimes it's a dance party, whatever. Next Monday, we have the Mashup Americans taping an episode here. We're doing a pilot of a new WNYC Studios show called Black Folks. So that'll be a 2-part pilot coming up in November. And then the New York Times Podcast Club has been meeting here, and they will be back. So check that out. We also have a lot of classical music from WQXR. So if you sign up for our newsletter, you can find out about all these things. But that's later. So now, you're here for the unhappy hour. So this is not a spectator sport. We need you guys tonight. You matter. You're important. The first thing you need to do is silence all your ringing things. So if you haven't already done that, you can leave them on. You can do some subtle tweeting or photo taking without flash. That is okay. The hashtag is spelled out in balloonies, so you can't miss it. So get with that. So leave the phones on, but silence them. And then also need you to help us out with something that could be useful in post-production. It's not quite total silence that we call room tone. So if you wouldn't mind, we just need to sit in awkward silence. My friend in the back totally knows what I'm talking about. So let's just be silent, but keep breathing, but not coughing, for about 10 seconds, okay? You guys are really good. Usually someone laughs or coughs. So that's awesome. Let's keep that forever, that room tone. Okay, so last thing. During the show, we don't want a silent, stony-faced, really cool Brooklyn audience. We want you to have fun. So can you guys do that? So there's mics in here. We want you to like laugh, hoot, holler, audibly suck your teeth, like that kind of stuff. So there's a couple points in the show where you might even want to clap. So let's just practice that because why not? So if you don't mind, could you do the lackluster applause that you did when I came out? Like that kind of really, yeah. Yeah, so they can put that in after the lame jokes. And then let's do a little like Showtime at the Apollo level excitement. I feel emotional. But I know that wasn't for me. Okay, so you ready for this? You ready? Away we go? Okay, so let us begin.
It is an honor and a privilege to introduce to you the brilliant, the beautiful, the gingeriest queen, the novelist, the infamous podcast host, and the internet's foremost drunk, Matt Bellassai.
Everything is awful. Everything is cold and fucked up and bleak. Everything is awful. And it's everywhere. every goddamn week. We'll all die in a nuclear war with North Korea. The whole world feels like one big shit-filled IKEA that sells gonorrhea. We're all living in a fucking world of misery. Everything is awful. Everything is cold and gross and shitty. Everything is awful. And it's every goddamn week. But at least you have me. So let's get unhappy. Thank you! Welcome to Unhappy Hour Live, everybody! This is the show where we bitch about all the things we love to hate every single week, and this week we are live from the Green Space in New York City. Give it up! I'm your host, Matt Bellassai. Welcome to the stage, my co-producer, Barry Finkel. Surprisingly, she does not have a face for radio.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Matt. That's so sweet.
Shut up, Barry. This is my show.
It's fair. That's fair.
We also in the audience have my producer, Josh Gwynn. He's over there.
Ow!
On the keys, we have Julian Villard.
Look at him go.
Thank you for everybody for coming tonight. Thank you to everybody who's watching the live stream wherever you are. We have so much fun. We have a crazy show.
It's truly insane.
Truly insane. What do we have, Barry?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the host.
Look at these wonderful cards.
I made them, and they're beautiful.
Let's see. First on the show tonight, we have Tracy Clayton and Heaven Nagatu from Another World. We have Grant Torado from Food for Thought. Give it up for him. They'll be joining us for a dating game, the prize of which is my virginity, actually. My face virginity. What else do we have? We have a game of Bad Thing Bingo, Teens Edition.
Yeah.
We're all gonna play a game of bingo. It's gonna be so much fun. We have incredible, tremendous prizes. Then you're gonna hear a reading from me from my brand new book. Yeah, because I wrote a goddamn book.
This guy wrote a
book. Everything is awful and other observations out now everywhere. What else? That's our show, right?
Oh, we have a Q&A.
And a Q&A. If you have questions, you can submit them online. If you're watching at home, Barry, the lovely Barry, will be asking the Q's.
I will.
I'll be giving the A's. It's gonna be great.
Teamwork.
Is everyone ready? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's get on with the show. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gonna pass these off.
We totally rehearsed. Thank you for coming. Everything is going great so far. I would say everything is going great.
I'm definitely not sweating.
No, thank you guys so much for coming. I'm so excited. I love doing Unhappy Hour. I think Barry loves it too.
It's all right.
I love all of you for coming at 6 p.m. for a true Unhappy Hour. I think it's truly unhappy right now.
Yes.
If you listen to our show, you know that we love complaining. That's what our show is about. If you don't listen, fuck you. Subscribe online. You can subscribe. We're on podcast places.
All the podcasts.
You know where to find podcasts,
You
right? So let's see. What are we going to start off with? Oh, yeah, we're going to kick off the show by asking our favorite question. What is one thing that you hate this week?
This week? Yeah,
what is the worst thing that happened to you this week, Barry?
The worst thing that happened to me this week actually happened last night in my dream. You ready for this?
Yeah, it's a great start.
Yeah. In my dream last night, I had a baby, and then that baby killed a kitten. And I'm not even kidding, that happened. And then I woke up and I was like, I gotta Google this. I gotta Google what this means. And I Googled it, and apparently a demon baby, which is what I'm considering a small child who kills a kitten, it means that you are anticipating something, you're nervous about a project and it not going well, and here we are.
Here we are.
This is it. This is it. What about you?
Every child is a demon child, by the way, so it's not just you. Mine is also a dream, I guess. I've been having dreams recently where I'm shitting in public. There's a toilet there. I'm not just shitting in, like, the street. But it's the first time I've ever Googled what a dream meant, and apparently it means that you feel weird about being exposed in public, which is a great sign for the next 2 months for me. So I'm going on fucking tour.
Wrote a book, a memoir.
Yeah, no, it's why I'm totally not sweaty right now. That's why. It's because I'm so comfortable in public. That's the worst moments of our weeks. I hope you all had equally shitty weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have a little cue that you're gonna hear throughout the show. Next. When you hear that cue, you know what to do. You're gonna drink. Oh, we have to pour
Red or
ourselves
white?
wine.
Red or white?
I'm gonna do red.
I'm gonna do white wine.
By the way, thank you to Wink.
Oh, Wink.
Wink
Look at
gave us our wine today.
Oh, so good.
So we're gonna do a nice heavy pour. So can we hear that cue? Next. That's when you know to drink. If you're watching at home, you can play along.
Totally.
Just pull over and park until the morning, I'd say.
It's gonna be a long night.
It is gonna be a long night. Let's see. We're gonna move into Bad Thing Bingo.
We are.
I hope everyone's excited for bingo.
No, you know what? We're not gonna do bingo first.
What are we
Screw
doing
it.
first?
We're gonna do the dating game.
We are
first.
gonna do the dating game first.
Yeah.
Let's just drink for a sec.
All right.
All right, welcome everyone to our very own dating game where we're going to determine which of the three panelists is the most eligible bachelor or bachelorette. Not to actually date me, just, in general, which one is most, eligible. Maybe to date me, we'll see how it goes. Our guests today are three amazing human beings. First up, get ready to welcome to the stage, Heaven Nagatu. Heaven is 25 years old. She can bench press 600 pounds, and she enjoys waiting until Panera Bread closes so that she can take the leftovers from the dumpster out back.
Jag me, yes.
Next, we have Tracy Clayton. Tracy is 69 years old. She has 7 cats named after each of Snow White's dwarves, and she sleeps with one eye open because every night her dreams come to life. And finally, we have the lovely Fran Torado. Fran is 13 years old, is an avid collector of Precious Moments figurines, and was the first child ever to brave the snowy thickets of the peppermint forest. Thank you for joining us. Give it up for our three lovely contestants. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Unhappy Hour. Welcome to the dating game.
Oh no.
We're going to start off to get to know you. What is one thing your parents would warn me about you? Would you want to start, Tracy? You look like you had a spark.
Well, I mean, this is supposed to be not therapy, so I have to figure out which.
Nobody said that. I'm a licensed therapist.
My mama would say that I'm too sensitive, which is not even true, and it's not even fair because she knows how I am, and she still picks at me all the time. So it's not a fair question, and I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, don't bring up Tracy's parents. Fran?
Oh gosh, thinking a lot about this, but I think that they would probably say, beware, he always gets what he wants.
Ooh.
Interpret that how you will.
Ooh.
I like that.
Shit.
My mom would never say nothing cool like that about me.
Same.
She's too sensitive.
I feel like my parents would say, we named her wrong.
Oh my God.
Explain.
My name is Heaven.
Yeah.
I am Hell.
I will say, as a friend of yours, I am exhausted by explaining your name to people. You have to live with it every day.
You're
So I
right, Matt. You're
understand
right.
that.
I do.
They would warn me about your name. I like that.
Thank
yeah,
you.
that makes sense.
They're like one true regret with this one.
Okay, let's get into some fun questions. If you wrote a tell-all erotic memoir like I did, what would you call it? What would its title be?
A series of unfortunate events.
Yes, good. Nailed it.
I think mine would be called The Ballad of Nefertiti. Nefertiti is my stripper name, so
Yeah.
it's about the secret.
I would look at
meat.
that cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would read the back.
Oh. Take me to dinner first, Matthew.
Shit. I can't beat
No
Nefertiti.
I mean, no pressure, no pressure.
Y'all got something better than Nefertiti.
Heaven's Gate.
Ooh. Thank you. Yes, I'll allow it.
I write a
I'm
lot of
keeping my
erotic
name.
memoirs.
Yeah. Next.
I'm so tickled by that noise.
Yes. I hope you all have nightmares of that tonight. Oh God. Your trombone. What noise do you make when someone blows you?
I thought this was a family show.
It's not. It's not. Although my mom is probably watching if she figured out how to open Facebook.
Wow.
How many noises do they make?
It's what noise do you make was the question.
Oh, I see.
You're your own trombone.
Drag me.
I think my trombone sounds like that. The little mouse from Looney Tunes that was sick very recently, and so the mouse goes,
What?
"I've been sick." I think that's what
I don't get the reference at all, but I love it.
No, from like old school Looney Tunes.
Right,
there was
right.
always a little baby mouse, and he was always sick. Am I on drugs right now, or are y'all on drugs right now? I don't know. Never mind.
Fran, do you make a noise?
I can't think of anything at the moment. I've been told I sound like a girl, but I already I was like, yeah, correct. Like so it's I don't know, just what I've been told.
Right. Okay.
I go boingo hotspot.
Perfect. I love all three of those sounds. If you can make whoopee in any fast food restaurant bathroom, which fast food restaurant bathroom would you choose?
Whataburger. Sorry.
Wow, strong
Someone has
feelings.
either thought
so
about this a lot or done it recently.
I've just been thinking about it.
I feel like as any fan and child of the 90s, familiar with Digital Underground, who once got busy in a Burger King bathroom,
Okay.
I picked Burger King.
Okay. That's a solid answer.
Yeah.
Shout out to hip hop. Y'all ain't fans. It's cool.
Wow, Tracy. Y'all ain't real. I'm gonna go with a Denny's.
Whoa.
Grand slam.
Okay, first of all,
Yeah.
don't yuck my yum, as the children say.
I mean, there was a wrong answer. And
Wow.
It was Denny's.
no, the wrong answer is Arby's.
That is true. That's
They're
actually
good for a
true.
curly fry and nothing else. Where do you get
Yeah, but
fast
someone-
food curly fries? Exactly.
Someone brings you their curly fry. That's what you want in a
Why
good
is it curling?
penis. The correct answer was Jack in the Box.
Oh.
If you can describe your butthole using only a Disney movie song, what song would it be?
A whole new world.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the only one anyone knows.
That's why I said it real fast. Y'all
Theme
see, I was
from
like, it's me.
Fantasia.
The first thing that came to mind was The Circle of Life. Nasimenya.
Yeah, beautiful.
Can I say Lion King 2 soundtrack?
Oh, deep cut, deep
Just the whole
cut.
thing.
Entirety.
Deception. Disgrace.
Why is it a disgrace? Do I want to know?
Poopy things.
Sure.
Just
Sure.
poopy things.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And because you've had a meerkat up there.
Lion King 2.
Lion King 2 reference. You're a Muppet. Whose arm do you want up your ass? Sorry to everybody who expected a PG-rated show. You're not getting it.
This week?
Next!
Wow, this is an uncomfortable question.
Right, because it's for practical reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
They're operating your mouth
Right.
through the back.
Through the circle of life.
Yeah.
Call back. Yes, we were there.
Call back to 2 seconds.
If it doesn't come to you right away, it's not
You ain't
coming.
real.
Yeah, no. The right answer is Mr. Rogers.
Oh, you didn't say living or dead. That opens up.
Oh yeah, they could be
Anymore.
dead.
Well, the clear answer.
They can be dead. Oh.
That opens it up.
Well.
The other question I have is whose ghost would you fuck if you had to fuck a ghost?
Oh.
But like they're still a ghost. They don't come back to life.
So you're still ghost fucking.
Right. It's not like Casper comes back for like an hour. But that happened, right? And they were like 13 years old.
My answer feels wrong.
That means
Is
it's
it Martin
right.
Luther King Jr.?
That means it's right.
It's not, but you're
Is it
not
Malcolm
far.
X? I heard stories.
Thank
Good
you,
answer.
sister. Thank you.
Yes, family.
But like Malcolm X, once he grew out the beard and was wearing the glass, y'all know.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel so
yeah.
seen and safe right now. This is awesome.
So
How did
would
you know?
fuck Malcolm X's ghost? Yeah. For
I
the
mean, if I
revolution.
had to,
I mean, it doesn't even have to be for the revolution.
you know.
Just for Matt's show.
That was it? Okay, fine. Or Fran, did you have an answer?
Freddie Mercury of Queen.
Yeah.
We both got mustaches. You know, we have a lot in common. You know,
Just
both
immediately.
gay. Mustaches.
I think you'd hit it off right away. How would you murder me?
I feel like you talk a lot. So it would have
That's
to be
just an insult. That's not a murder.
it would have to be a mouth situation, is what I'm saying. I'd be like, shut it down, Matt.
That's a deep
Asphyxiation.
cut. You've been thinking about that.
I have.
I would probably poison you at a dinner party.
Right.
Only so that I could be like, after you took the drink, ha ha, you're poisoned!
Yeah.
Like, and stand up, like, all dramatic in my gown.
Right,
you know.
right.
Yes.
But I would have hit you with a cutting insult before I died. Like, it was me who killed your son.
Cutting insults. I murdered your family.
Game of Thrones reference. I don't thank you.
I don't watch y'all little dragon show.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know.
You don't know. There's like 1,000 fucking characters in that show. It could be anyone. Yeah.
Wait, I didn't kill you yet.
Yeah.
I would probably do something that's way too complicated and really expensive because I make bad decisions typically. So I would like import like a rare like hopping tarantula bat spider and like plant it in your green room so that it just jumps out and then everybody's like, oh my God, nobody knows how this spider got here. And I'm like, moo ha 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 ha. But then I file for bankruptcy because those spiders are expensive.
Yeah.
So
Right.
joke's kind of on me.
Especially if you were importing it internationally.
I know, right?
This shit's
Especially
Yeah.
with Trump in office
Yeah.
now, you know.
Your body is a taco, and you can only be filled with one ingredient. What ingredient do you choose?
Rice.
Oh, interesting.
Rice is so good. I feel like we don't
Do you
appreciate
put-
rice enough. Y'all are not appreciating it
Do you
enough.
put rice in a
I
taco?
agree that.
No.
Putting rice.
I mean, well, yeah.
as a Mexican, putting rice in tacos and burritos is a travesty. I don't agree with it on a.
On a fundamental level.
Take it up with
Yeah.
It's not
Chipotle.
categorically a taco to you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Interesting.
Anyways, I would say carnitas.
Wow. Ooh.
Did you get that little flair?
Yeah.
Carnitas.
I'm black, so chicken. If you laughed, you were racist.
Yeah, I was
Shame.
gonna say I can't laugh
Shame
at
on
that.
See, he knows not to laugh and shit like that.
That's because Matt's our White History Month correspondent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
was
taught him well.
a white history correspondent for Heaven and Tracy. Yeah, just following off that, if you could fuck as an animal, what animal would you fuck as?
Wait, what?
Are you asking
Are you
me
fucking
what
humans as an animal?
kind of animal I would be?
Listen, I was a little bit fucked up when I wrote these questions.
Fuck as an animal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phrasing.
Oddly enough, I think I get it, which worries
Talk to me.
me.
Yeah, but you think about it.
So-
If you don't get the question, you're not drunk enough.
not.
First, I was like, you're just asking me what kind of animal I would want to be, but I don't think that's the actual question here. The question is, you have to consider the type of sex these animals have.
Yeah.
What sort of animal sex would you want to have with
That is correct.
the animal as the same animal, though? So you're not like a human.
No,
But
the
it's not an
answer-
interspecies situation.
No, because that would be
It's-
weird.
It's
Yeah,
not,
that's where
but
the
in
question-
answering the question, you are admitting to it, which is what I'm getting at. You have to admit to bestiality live on this stage. I mean, okay, so sample answers.
What's my safe word?
Hamster. Cougar.
What?
A rhinoceros. I mean, some animals.
You're just
huge
naming
dicks.
animals. I don't feel like you're. Okay, wait.
I'm curious about how whales manage to do it.
Yeah, see,
And
that's
I do
fun.
love
Tracy,
whales.
you be knowing about stuff.
You're not saying you want to fuck a whale. You're just saying.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
intrigued by whales fucking.
Exactly. I'm so glad my sister's in the audience.
I'm so glad Matt's mom is watching on the live stream.
She probably.
She
I'm gonna
opened
have like
Facebook,
4
right?
texts after this that are all just like, what? Where do I get Facebook?
I spent way too much time one night Googling various animal penises.
Okay, so you're very informed.
Sure, yeah. I can tell you what animal I do not want to have sex as.
Okay.
Twist.
Plot twist. Ducks. Aren't they the ones that are like corkscrew? Yeah, they are. That does not sound. See, somebody else
Yo.
knows. I see you. That does not
Are
sound
y'all
like it is
duck high?
fun.
Like, why do you know so
Or-
much about ducks?
I mean, who can say?
But who knows? Maybe that's amazing. You ever try opening a wine bottle?
Yeah.
It's hard, but
I want to hear you finish this sentence. It's hard, but what?
when you pull it off, the payoff is amazing. Next. That wasn't worth the journey that joke took.
But the journey we did go on.
If you could nurse from any man's nipples, whose nipples would you
Tom
nurse
Cruise.
from? Oh. Tom Cruise?
No, Tom Hanks.
I was
Sorry.
going to say.
I am sorry.
Two very different gentlemen.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, of course. He's just so fatherly, and he would just keep me safe and enveloped close to his bosom.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I also don't doubt that his breasts produce milk. I think Tom Hanks is that maternal.
Yeah. I also bet he has great nipples. I'm sorry, we need to talk about his nipples really quick. I bet he has great nipples.
Thank you for making
That's
that
all.
a full
I'm
sentence.
done.
Along with that logic, I feel like The Rock because he has he's got great boobs.
Yes.
Yeah, he does have
He's got-
great boobs.
He
Yeah.
does have great boobs.
You know.
Very, very full. Yeah.
feel
yeah.
Firm. They look very
I feel
firm.
like Terry Crews would have some fun. Giving you like maybe a different like pressure stream.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Now we're getting into the mechanics of breastfeeding. The right answer was me, and you all know these breasts will feed no one. A name drop for a second. I don't do this all the time. I went to school with Tom Hanks' son, the one that raps.
Oh, we don't speak of him.
Yeah.
We don't speak of him.
That's someone who should have been breastfed longer.
We don't.
and wasn't.
acknowledge.
Do you remember that song that was like,
Nope. Sure don't. Repressed
it was
it.
Black and Yellow, right? Black and Yellow.
Wiz Khalifa?
Oh.
I went to Northwestern and he did a song that was white and purple, white and purple. And it was like, it was a hit. It was a hit. In Evanston, Illinois. Yeah. Shut up. #1 on the charts in Evanston.
Yo, that's so unfortunate that he has a white rapper son.
Yeah.
I would just like to thank you for respecting my family's privacy at this
Yeah,
time.
I will. That's the last time I'll bring him up. Final question. What is your PIN number?
3.
3. Okay, great. Everyone go. All right, congratulations to all of you. You're all winners in my book. Give it up for our contestants. Since you're all winners, your prize is that you get to stay on stage for our next segment, which is we have a little deep dive for you. Fans of Unhappy Hour will know deep dive. We're gonna be diving deep into the disgusting secret life of the American teenager.
Oh.
But first, we have a quick commercial break.
This is so cute, Matt.
Hey, it's your friendly neighborhood alcoholic, Matt. I'm up here now, in the TV. But also, I'm down there on stage. You're seeing 2 of me in one room. And it's not just because we're all drinking delicious, succulent wink wine full of alcohol, which makes you drunk. Even though that's exactly what we're doing. And I'm not saying that drinking wink wine will make you hallucinate 2 plus-sized homosexual gingers in every room you chug it in, but I'm not saying that. The point is, if you're getting drunk, I should be there. So go sign up for Wink, get your wine in the mail like a normal person, but not right now, because you're in the middle of a show, you fucking idiot. Jesus. It's like nobody respects alcoholics in this country anymore. They get no goddamn respect. Thanks, Wink.
Sure. Thanks, Wink. They gave us wine for that. Thanks to everybody who went out into the lobby for that 90-second commercial. You're gonna miss out now.
We should all start clapping when they come back in. Can we do that?
Yeah. No, but first we're gonna get into our deep dive. This is our deep dive song.
Oh.
Boners. Crusty sheets. Pubescent teens. Deep dive, deep dive, deep dive, deep dive, deep dive, deep dive. Deep dive. Okay, I'm glad we got through that. Thank you. So in my book, which will be a New York Times bestseller, or I'll drown myself. So get the bathtub ready. We'll see. No promises. Many of the stories are set in that special time of life where I was in the middle of some shit called puberty, right? We've all been there. And tonight, we're gonna play an Unhappy Hour fave Bad Thing Bingo. The only Bad Thing Bingo veteran, Fran Tirado, who's here on the stage.
Hi.
And so it's just like bingo, but it's funnier and with fewer wrinkly dicks and saggy tits. Which is not
Speak for
true because
yourself.
I'm on stage. Listen, I go to bingo every time I'm in Chicago, and my grandma fucking won $10,000 at bingo once. That's a true story.
Go off, Grandma.
Yeah.
Fuck up. For real?
Yeah, she almost died. Because she was so shocked. Anyway, don't rob my grandma. But here's the fun thing. It's not just up here on stage because you get to play too. Allow me my Oprah moment. Everybody look under your chairs because you get a bingo card. You get a bingo card. You all get a bingo card. I don't think you guys. Oh, you get a bingo card. You get a bingo card. Look under. You have to bet. Oh, it's on the table. It's on the table. Okay, let's play. Everybody take a moment. You get a colored pencil. You get a bingo card.
Heaven needs a thing.
It's right here on the table. God damn it, Heaven. All right, are we ready? Next. Good.
Next.
All right, let's get ready. Everybody, are you in position? I think they're only numbered 1 through 40. You'll figure it out. We fucking printed these off of a free website, so deal with it. So the topic for Bad Thing Bingo is bad things that teens do. We all know, we all been there. Let's get started. Are we ready? I have a legit bingo thing, by the way.
Yes, this shit is legit. It looks artisanal.
One fell in the thing.
This is
I know.
stressful. I feel like we need something.
19! Mark your things. 19 is teen thing. Trying out for cheerleading team and being told debate was a better fit. Like a fucking nerd. Listen, it happens to all of us. We can't all get what we want. Sometimes you're too thick for the cheerleading uniform. And we don't make pants. Oh, now no one's gonna get bingo. Oh my god! That's just a free one. Thanks, Barry. 9, transitioning from tighty whities to boxers because of toxic masculinity. Even though tighty whities are ergonomically more practical. Let's be real. Let's be real.
At what age does that happen for boys?
I'm so curious about this
It's
transition.
the age at which your dick gets bigger.
Yeah. So, redacted.
Like 3.
Okay. A healthy 3.
That was 9. V2, the goth phase. We've all been there, right?
No,
Oh my
we
God.
have not.
Listen, we've all put.
You didn't have an emo phase?
Girl, I'm black.
Same.
But boom.
You've
Read the
never
crowd
shopped
check.
at Hot Topic before?
No.
Listen, there's one of 2 people in the world, the people who shop at Hot Topic and the people who awkwardly stand there when their brother is getting something at Hot Topic. Clearly uncomfortable because there's too much blood on all of the items. That was B2. You mark it with, oh my god, okay. Sorry, I should have explained bingo. When I call a number, you mark it on your thing.
Uh-huh.
If you get 5 in a row,
Oh, right.
bingo. And then we have prizes, by the way, so you have to shout it out.
Okay.
Ignore the
That's
letters.
the part that was throwing me off.
It's just mark the fucking number, okay? B3. I promise these aren't in order. Telling you they don't usually listen to oldies when you blast Beyonce's Crazy in Love.
Stop it. Stop it.
Ow.
Grounds for murder.
Yeah.
That's excusable. It's
Has
not Constitution.
has any teen made you feel very old?
About Beyonce?
Just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been screamed at by almost every teenager on the internet.
Oh,
This is
man.
true.
They hate me. But I hate them. It's fine. It's equal.
It's because they're rude and they don't have any respect for anything.
Right, no, they
It's not
don't.
your fault.
Not their elders. Okay, let's
Not Beyonce, nothing.
Oh, Barry will get it. 37. Trying to MacGyver an apple into a bowl for your shitty weed.
I feel like this was like a white teen thing.
I'm almost positive Barry wrote that one.
Wow. Know your people, know your people.
Let's keep going.
Next.
Oh, drink.
Oh, I forgot him.
69.
Nice.
Going to Applebee's before having sex in your car.
Too real, Matt, too real.
That was the hot date. That was a hot date.
The family bar and grill. Come on.
No. You fucked me in a car after Applebee's? Are you kidding me?
More like bar and Phil. I'm sorry. I didn't have a joke when I started, but I was in the middle of it. I had to, you know.
By the way, have you seen Applebee's has menus, and on the front, I swear to God, it looks like 2 fleshlights. If you don't, look it up. I swear to God, look it up. I wish I had a picture to show you right now. We'll pull it up later. I swear to God. 29. Always getting my order wrong at various fast food establishments because they choose to. They choose to be bad at their jobs. Listen, just punch in the fucking number, okay? For my item. 38. Aeropostale. Aeropostale? Listen, I'm from Chicago, okay? We say everything weird.
In Louisville, it's Aeropostale.
16! The gender depression of prom king and prom queen. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's fucked up. I wanted to be prom queen every year. Never
Take the
happened.
crown.
Were you prom king?
No.
Same. Yeah. Fuck that bitch, though. She... What is she doing now? I guarantee you. Yeah. 31. Oh! No. Let me read the item first.
Tracy's upset.
Having wet dreams about the hot guy from the Disney Channel original movie, Luck of the Irish. All right, let's see. Who bingoed? All right, we have 2 prizes.
Ooh.
Save your cards. We have 4 prizes, so we'll keep playing. Well, no, okay, you come on stage. We'll give out our first 2 gifts. First, the lovely lady up front.
Yes.
You win a wonderful CD and DVD holder in plaid. Yeah, double purpose. You can use that for your entire collection of CD and DVDs. And you win a lovable coin-operated stationary bear. You put coins in the top, and then they stay inside until you choose to take them out. And
the
dump
new
them into a
technology.
coin star. His name is Phil. Don't rename him. He responds to Phil. Let's keep going.
This is fun. Let's do more
Congrats
bingo.
to our winners.
We should play bingo on our show, Tracy.
39.
Idea.
Skate parks.
Skateboard.
Honestly, getting
Skateboard.
getting fisted in a skate park is more. That's like
You know,
rite of passage. 14.
Yeah, everyone's been there.
You're 14. Yeah, you fall down, fisted. 14. Cracking your voice in the middle of a school assembly. Fuck that one. Fuck that one. If you got a big one, that shut up. I don't want to play it. 20. The fact that in the end, teens always are and always will be cooler than everybody in this room. That's the reality. It's infuriating.
Everyone's like more
No,
talented.
no. No, we don't. I'm 1 number away.
Your prize, sir, if you
Don't
come
cheat,
up, is an amazing container of MSG. They actually sell this at the store. You can put this in your food. You don't even have to order Chinese food. They will just put it right in. Congratulations. I hope that was not insensitive in any way.
Man, these prizes are terrible.
Anyway, they sell that at the dollar store. You can buy MSG, just straight up MSG.
Did all of your prizes come from the
We
dollar
have one more.
store?
Balls are going everywhere. Let's see, one more. 11. Loitering outside of a 7-Eleven.
Yo, they be loitering.
They be loitering.
They don't got no goddamn jobs. That's the problem with children today. They don't got no goddamn jobs.
24. That one year where everyone's favorite movie was Donnie Darko.
It's too real.
I'm so unique and interesting.
Thought it was so deep.
That was Jake Gyllenhaal, right? No, I don't know. 21. Not knowing whether you're allowed to trick or treat. That is true. I trick or treated until I was like 17.
Did you dress up at 17?
I feel like you were a large child.
My last costume, just to give you a visual, my last costume was Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. So I was like 22 probably.
That's very recent.
I had a moment where I was like, oh shit, I'm like way too old to be out here right now. These pants barely fit.
Hey, Al,
No.
call the police. Call the police.
B8.
No! Wow, really?
Good. We have our last bingo, B8. Getting Axe body spray induced locker room boners is our last one. And your prize, ooh, we have 2 winners. Well, guess what? You're just gonna have to split it. We'll have to break it in half, Tiara. Oh, we have 3 winners. We're gonna have to break it in half, break it in 3 ways. Well, guess what? None of you will want this because it's a rabbit ear digital antenna for your box set television. You know what? I'm gonna let you 3 fight for this yourself. Or Mary, if you would like to tear it apart, you absolutely can. You know what? You're all winners in our book. Round of applause for all of our winners today. Thank you so much for coming.
Yo, puberty is terrible.
This game was rigged. I just want to go on record saying that.
Yeah, none of you won.
I
Wow.
know. What the fuck?
Well, you got the joy of being a part of the first ever Unhappy Hour live show.
Yay.
Give it up for our wonderful guests and contestants. Fran Tirado, Tracy Clayton, Heaven Nagatu. Thank you so much for joining us and for playing Bad Thing Bingo. You can get the fuck off the stage. First, we have a very very special reading from the book of Matthew, but first, we have a little PSA for you. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm newly published author and professional life critic Matt Bellassai here with an important message. Are you thinking about bringing your piece of shit baby to the movie theater and then pretending like it's just a hamburger that you smuggled in and not a screaming mass of misery that came out of your vagina? Have you ever thought it was a good idea to take your tiny, easy-baked diarrhea machine of an infant into a restaurant instead of staying at home and eating half a dinner over a bathroom sink like every other parent in the world? Are you thinking about parking your stroller up in this bar just so you can knock back a few vodka cranberries while your spawn vomits an entire tub of beefaroni next to my Long Island iced tea? Well, I'm here to tell you, fuck you. Leave your goddamn baby at home. If you gave birth to it, you own it, and every trash thing that comes out of it. Remember, until it's grown, leave it at home.
Did you like that flawless stage transition? Undetectable. But now we have a reading from the book of Matthew. This is
Next.
But first, let me pour a bingo ball in it.
Yeah, you do.
All right.
Also, think of questions. Think of questions that you're going to want to ask Matt. You know?
Oh, yeah, you can tweet using
Yeah. Or
live.
we can get a mic, but it's cool to tweet.
A reading from the book of Matthew. I was 6 years old when I last peed my pants. I say this not to brag, although making it over 20 years without pissing your pants is an accomplishment. But I say this to bear my shame. I was at my best friend Kenny's house after school drinking juice boxes and waging war with toy soldiers. 6-year-old stuff. And as our battle wore on, my body slowly devolved into the cross-legged dance of the 6-year-old in distress, writhing to console the mounting pressure of my bladder. As my soldiers fell in the heat of battle, I crept painfully closer to my limit. I was dressed in my finest outfit for a school assembly earlier that day, some hideous combination of red, black, and white that my mother thought was stylish in 1996. In retrospect, that outfit probably deserved to be pissed on. You can't put a budding homosexual in an ill-conceived pattern and expect him not to urinate all over it. Regardless, there I was, standing in front of the toilet. I'd managed at least to make it to the bathroom. And I was furiously struggling with the buttons of my fancy 6-year-old pants. And yes, my mother chose not only a hideous pattern, but dress pants with buttons instead of a zipper. Yet another choice that begged for this very outcome. I'd held my composure for as long as I could. My hands helplessly fumbling at the buttons, I finally succumbed to sweet relief, soaking the plush rug beneath my feet, along with my socks, underwear, and those wretched pants still buckled around my waist. Some days, when I'm standing in front of a toilet, I can still feel that rug beneath my feet. A moist phantom of my earliest humiliation. I spent the next 20 minutes silently brooding in that bathroom. They were black pants after all. Maybe I could get away with acting like this hadn't happened. All I needed to do was spend the next 2 or 3 hours in damp agony, and as long as nobody looked too closely or inhaled too deeply, I could escape undetected. But I spent too long plotting this all out, and Kenny's mom knocked on the door. Is everything all right in there? A question that someone only asks when everything is not all right in there. I confessed to the accident, and I opened the door in surrender. And I thought for a moment maybe she'd stick my nose in it like my mom used to stick our dog's nose in his pee when he pissed where he wasn't supposed to.
What?
She did, that's what you do. But she took the carpet from beneath me and handed me a pair of Kenny's old shorts to wear for the rest of our playdate, my very own scarlet letter, so that all could bear witness to my shame. That evening, I left Kenny's house in those same shorts, carrying my own clothes in a plastic bag with my head held high, just as Hester walked with her letter before me. I couldn't help but think that I somehow deserved what happened, because earlier that day, my schoolmates and I were eating lunch in our classroom. The gymnasium we'd normally eat in was closed for the assembly, so we were eating at our desks instead, which felt intoxicating, like we were doing something forbidden. So everybody was already hopped up on assembly energy, but now we were especially animated, fidgeting in our seats, screaming across the room, tossing bits of foods when the teacher turned her back. Austin was the boy who sat behind me, a huge lug of a kid, nearly twice as tall as the rest of us and almost twice as thick. If this were a fairy tale, Austin would be the ogre child we'd all run from when he emerged from his swamp. And I'd feel bad about that comparison, but Austin was kind of an asshole. He was one of those boys who was friendly only until someone better came along, so I treated him with similar respect. We were drinking from our cartons of milk, those tiny paper boxes that are nearly impossible to open, made of that kind of thin cardboard that gets immediately soggy after the first few sips. Austin was halfway through a long sip when I turned around, made a funny face at him. That was my repertoire of humor in the first grade, not very extensive. It was gurgling noises, knock-knock jokes, and funny faces.
Can you give us an example?
That was my example. And he choked back a mouthful of spittle and milk with a furious scowl. "Don't!" he screamed with genuine anger. "These are my nice pants. I can't ruin them." This made me laugh even harder. So each time he'd pick up his carton, I'd turn around with my fingers halfway up my nose, my cheeks puffed out, my eyes crossed, and Austin would cry back, "Stop! If I get milk on my pants, my mom's gonna kill me." It went on like this for 10 minutes back and forth, attracting a small audience around us, eagerly waiting to see if Austin would ever finish his milk. Until finally, I waited for him to take the largest possible gulp. I turned around at just the right moment with just the right combination of fingers stuffed into the right combination of face holes. And Austin lurched forward for a moment to try to stop himself from reacting, and then, all at once, a violent stream of milk exploded from his nose, all down his sweater, and pooled momentarily in his pants before seeping into the fabric. The audience around us erupted in screams of laughter, and Austin's own outburst turned from a milky chortle to anguish as he stomped away from us, wailing in protest. There's a few lessons to draw here. The first of which, of course, is that children are terrible human beings, and I was certainly no exception. Though in my defense, Austin grew up to be an even bigger dick, and once said, "I'm fat, but at least I'm not fat and gay like Matt Bellassai." So yeah, I don't regret ruining his dumb pants. And if I could, I'd go back, do it all again, and then smash his stupid face into that puddle of snotty lap milk before it seeped onto his tiny ogre dick. Most significantly, though, this was the first time I realized that comedy could be weaponized. I might not have been the fastest or the strongest, but I could spin a joke or pull a face and bring an oafish menace like Austin to his knees. And yes, perhaps I'd have to make myself look like a fool for the sake of a laugh, but at least it was my laugh in the end, even if I ended the day in a pair of someone else's shorts, carrying my soiled pants and underwear in a plastic baggie. Thank you. Everything is awful! That was like the first few pages. So you should buy the rest.
Oh my God, I'm buying so many copies. You can buy copies after this, and he'll sign them.
Yeah, I'll sign your
Amazing.
copies. Jesus Christ.
It's fine. We just paid for that. It's fine.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
no,
fine.
don't worry about it.
Just buy a book.
Um,
Now, I'm sure after that you're going to have a lot of questions,
So many
about the way
questions.
that I live my life. So we're going to pull questions from...
Just kidding. We're not pulling from social media because
We're not pulling from
everyone
social
was
media.
so engaged in the actual live stage event that they couldn't ask questions. So now it's on you guys. No pressure.
We're
Who
going to
has
the
questions?
audience.
Who has questions for Matt? It doesn't have to be about the book.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got a
that's
question
me.
over here. Josh is over there. There.
Josh is roaming around with a microphone.
Yes, raise your hand.
So are you into water sports now?
Oh, for the unaware, water sports is when you like getting pissed on. I mean, if I said yes, you know exactly where the origin of my fetish came from. No, I like peeing in the toilet.
Next up, we got a question back there.
What's the most awful thing that's happened to you lately?
I ate a sandwich off a cab floor recently.
This was like truly one of the most upsetting moments of my life.
It was my sandwich. I dropped it.
It's disgusting.
But still, I ate it. I was meeting someone to see a movie. I had to get it down, and I didn't have time to stop for a second sandwich. I did wait 7 seconds, which is longer than you're supposed to wait.
Yes.
Which is 0 seconds. And later that day, did not feel great, but I think now my immune system is stronger.
Right.
And I am a more invincible human being.
Do we have more questions from the audience? Yes, please, right up here in front. Do we have
Just
Josh
shout.
right up here
No.
in front?
Hi, I'm also from the Midwest.
Oh my God,
I'm
hey.
Hi. I'm from Milwaukee, and I literally just moved out to New York. Matt, do you have any advice?
Don't eat a sandwich off a cab floor. Avoid people with like machetes. That's a big situation. When I first moved to New York, someone died from a machete wound on the corner where I moved. That wasn't great. It wasn't me, so I was fine. But do as much as you can. I love New York. There's so much stuff to do here. That's why it's cool when there's stuff like this. Like people that see how I just turned that around and made it about me.
All about him. You're here. You're doing everything right already.
Yeah,
Welcome
there's
to New York.
so much to do in New York. I feel like I rarely take advantage of it. So just do it.
Yes.
Wasn't that inspiring?
Right next to our previous. Just kidding, Josh. You're way ahead of the game. And then we'll get to you.
So one of my favorite questions that you ask your guests is, what do you hate that everybody loves? What do you hate that everybody loves?
I've never answered this question before, and I don't have a good answer. What is one thing I hate that everybody else loves? Do you have an answer? Have you thought about your answer to
No,
this?
I'm thinking about what you would answer.
I
feel like
vaginas.
there we go. That's one.
Yeah, I hate them. Yeah, they're equal. They deserve equal pay. Yeah, I'm
Next
just not.
question.
That's my answer then.
So I have a two-part question.
Oh, good.
But the questions have nothing to do with each other. One, were there any runner-up names for your podcast besides Unhappy Hour, or was that always the name?
I feel like that name like preceded the entire show.
Like without ever looking up legally if we could use it. Like that's it was that from the.
Are you a lawyer? Am I about to be served papers? This is a trick.
Well, my other question is, what type of French fry is your favorite?
That is a good question.
This might be controversial. Burger King has the best French fries of all fast food restaurants. Shut up! Shut up!
I feel so insane.
High-fiving a million angels. It's made with real potatoes, allegedly. I also just had Burger King French fries. Have you ever made an Uber go through a fast food drive-thru? Because I did recently, and we asked for crowns, and they gave them to us. Yeah.
Do we have one more question? Just one more? Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not good at this.
So this is an ode to two women that I respect very much, but how do you feel about squirrels?
Hey. Hashtag Squirreluminati.
Fans of Unhappy Hour will know I hate squirrels. Squirrels are the devil incarnate. I truly believe that. I believe the Bible has a misprint. It was not a snake in the Garden of Eden. It was a squirrel. Yeah. I have told this story often, but my first apartment in New York, I didn't realize when you moved to New York, here's a New York tip. Not every apartment, as in no apartments, have screens on the windows. So when you open the window, it's just you and then nature. It's just all of nature. And I baked cookies one night, set them out to dry.
That's what you do when you bake?
I watercolored some cookies. And a fucking squirrel the next morning, they were all over the kitchen floor. And my roommate was like, "What the fuck did you do?" But here's the gag. Our windowsill was so dusty that you could see the tiny footprints in them. And then he came back and looked into the door, looked in through the window, peered over to look at. So that's why I think it wasn't just hunger, it was malice, because he created a situation and then he came back to watch it play out. That's like serial killer behavior.
Watch your backs.
Yeah, and then he cut off my head and put it on top of a snowman. And
Yeah.
made a sign that said, "Oh, Mr. Police."
Oh my God, is that what that movie's about? Oh my God. That's so crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
Saved you $12.
All right, well, that wraps up our Q&A. Thank you so much for
Thank you to everybody who asked questions.
Thanks, everyone. Matt, I really, really led that well. So I'm going to pass the host mic back to you.
Thank you.
You're
I deserve it.
welcome.
We are almost at the end of the show. It is now time for our chasers. Chasers.
Next.
First, yeah. Do we have chaser music? Chasers, for people who don't know, are the good thing at the end of the week that makes us feel good about all the bad stuff. Barry, do you have a chaser?
I do have a chaser.
What's your chaser?
Matt, it's you. It's been so fun making this podcast with you so far.
It has.
And we're going to have a lot of fun from here on out. We made this live show happen.
Yeah,
And you wrote a fucking
did.
book.
I wrote a fucking book.
You wrote a book. So that, and also shout out to my dad, because guys, he stayed home from work today. I mean, he worked from home, but he stayed at home so that he wouldn't have to deal with traffic to make sure that he could watch this live stream. So,
Shout out to Leon.
Shout out to Leon. Going to his live show. Very excited about it.
Yeah.
His next show, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Matt, what's your chaser this week?
My chaser, my good thing that makes all the bad thing worth it is all the bad thing. Is all of you. I know that sounds so cliche coming out of this fucking face. You're like, you've never said a genuine thing in your life. No, I so appreciate everybody who follows me and supports me and has bought my book and listens to this podcast and watches my videos and goes to my friends' shows and supports everybody. It makes it worth it. It makes it lovely. And I'm so happy that I get to do shit like this. And I'll probably die from liver failure soon, but before then, it will be worth it.
And it will
So
all
thank
be your
you.
fault.
Cheers to all of you. And that is it
That's our show.
for our live show. Thank you. Thank you to everybody at the Green Space for helping make this happen. Thank you to everybody who tuned in on the live stream. If you missed part of the show, don't worry. We're going to put this into a podcast. You can listen to it on Friday, which is when On Happy Hour comes out. I hope you all stick around. You can buy my book, Everything is Awful and Other Observations. Buy 1 million copies.
Do
buy
it.
one for your friend, buy one for your neighbor who you hate and throw it at them. I'm gonna stick around and sign some books.
You don't need to read. Yeah, it's
Big thank you to Julian Villard, our man on the keys. Follow him on all the social medias at Julian Villard. Thank you to Barry Finkel. Thank you to Josh Gwynn. Thank you to our guests, Fran Tirado, Tracy Clayton, Kevin Nagatu. I love each and every one of you, and thank you all for coming. Bye-bye. Cheers. Thank you, Wink. Thank you. That's it. That's everything. Bye-bye.